Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Disney page in my 2017 trip journal. I haven't worked on this for a long time. I think this was my first ever traveler's notebook that I worked in. And it made me realise looking through that I do my pages quite differently now. I love this one. This was our countdown, 755 days. But yeah, it's starting to fall to bits, but I haven't actually finished it. I didn't do it in order either. I've just done it as whatever page took my fancy. And then I was looking through some photos and I had this one printed off. We stayed at the beach club, Disney's Beach Club Resort, for the very first time. It was our first proper Disney stay. And I realised that I hadn't actually documented that first stay because that first stay had a huge impact on our future Disney trips. And I thought it would be fun looking back to document it. So I printed off a picture of the Disney Beach Club. And then afterwards I took that photo of the four of us. We'd literally just checked in, been to our room, and we were just wandering around having a little look. We were so excited. So I'm going to be doing that page in my journal today. I've got some leftover bits from Coco Vanilla Studio here. I love the dotted. I really want the photos to play a big part on this layout, so I'm not going to go too crazy with patterns. I'm going to go with the spots, and then I might do a little bit of fussy cutting. I quite like that. I've got this left over, which I think will look really cute. I may use some of those bits, I don't know. I've got some strips, and then I've got these as well. But I think the kind of like pastel-y photo, the colours will look really nice. The other thing I've been doing some stamping. I've just been having fun. I like doing this, stamping out a load of images and then cutting them out. So these are my very old stamps that I've been using a black ink pad, and so I'm going to use these for my journaling. I think first of all I'm going to do a little bit of repair work. I've got my long reach stapler, and actually let's do it this way. I'm gonna try and put this book back together again. That's the only problem with these books, I find. Let me know if you have the same problem and if you have any tips. Right, that didn't work. Oh, actually that's come off that one. Right, that's actually worked quite well, holding those together. And then I need to attach this one. There, actually, that's done a better job than I expected. That feels quite secure now. Right, I'm going to do this, I think, because of the fold on two individual pages.
When I'm sticking my pages in like this, the patterned paper, if I haven't cut it quite to the edge or it looks slightly wonky, I don't worry too much, as there's always ways around that when I'm creating on the page, and there's always ways to cover things like that up.
Right, to add a little bit of colour on the reverse of this scrap piece, the colours are really pretty. They're almost like watercolours. I've got an old EK Success Punch here, and I am going to punch out a border and add that to the base of my page. I think that will look really pretty, and it will add a lovely little bit of colour. I've got a little bit of a gap underneath for me to just slide that under. However, I need to make that slightly smaller so that it fits. And I've already cut it to length, so that should more or less fit nicely. Oh, that looks pretty. And then I can just trim the end. There. That makes a really cute little edge there to the paper. And I'm going to stick the other down and do exactly the same on the other side. And that's both sides done. I do have a gap at the side, and I had been adding washi tape to the edge of each page here, just so I had that nice colour. So I will continue doing that as well. I think that looks really, really cute. I'm going to be using the card here with our happy place. It's our favourite resort, and I'm going to be taking the thank you. This I'm going to trim down, and this is going to be my space for my journaling. Just remembered I've got this Disney inspired washi tape. Oh, it keeps tearing though, it's doing my head in. It's the second time that's happened. You can see where it keeps happening on the others on here as well. It's a Carpe Diem, so from Simple Stories. I really want it to go on the outside here and hold in this card as well. So I just need it to be able to not tear. Maybe I'm a bit, that's a bit better. I'm not always the most gentle with things, right? So I need it to be part on this card. And then this will act as my flip page. And then run that along there as well. And then just fold that over. And trim that. There. I really like that on there actually. That goes really nicely. Then I'm just going to add a little bit on here as well, just to make it a bit more secure. I'm just going to show you a close-up here. I want it to fold to open out neatly, and as you can see it's kind of pulling the washi tape there, so I'm just going to make a little incision, and now this can lay flat and this can lay flat. And that makes it so much neater, so that it can open and close, and this way that won't end up tearing. And I'm going to add washi on the other side as well, so that the page matches.
So whilst I'm creating here, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a history of why this trip meant so much to us and how it changed our Disney holidays forever. Basically, this was our first proper stay on site. We'd been gifted a night before for a friend's wedding at Animal Kingdom Lodge, sorry, a couple of years ago, previous, or 3 years previous. And this was our first proper stay on site, 6 nights at the beach club with free dining. It was amazing. After this, we then checked into the resort where we usually stay, and we were really, really disappointed. We'd always stayed at the other resort. It was Bahama Bay, and we hadn't been there for about 3 years, and it just looked so worn. We stayed in the same apartment every single time, and the one thing we loved was that we had sunrises every single morning. It was amazing, and the trees had all grown up. They hadn't been looked after, so we had to have the light on in the villa the whole time, and just everything. The bathroom units were water damaged, the kitchen units were damaged, the oven door was smashed, you name it, there was a problem everywhere. The tumble dryer wasn't working, it was filthy. We got somebody in to deep clean it. All the wardrobe, all the fixtures in the bedroom were really dusty, the bed was dusty, carpets were dirty, just everywhere felt horrible. We were so disappointed, and we actually decided that we didn't want to stay here anymore. And the time that we spent there, we actually spent other time looking for other places to stay. I don't know if part of it, I don't think it was just because of Beach Club, because that was so amazing, because where we were staying wasn't the same as it used to be. It had really, really gone downhill. And the resort itself just didn't feel as clean as it used to. And funnily enough, we'd spoken to other people around the pool who felt exactly the same. So we found somewhere else, which we then stayed at the year after, which was a beautiful brand new resort. We actually took a tour on this particular trip whilst it was still being made and wasn't actually fully open. And when we got there the following year, it was beautiful, it really was, but there was no atmosphere, there was no music anywhere, and we just felt really, really disappointed. I do have both of those trips vlogged if you wanted to watch them, and I'll link them up below. But we realised then that we wanted to be on Disney. We missed the atmosphere. We just really like being on Disney property. So then that trip we became DVC members. We realised that in order to be able to afford these types of holidays, that DVC was the way for us. We wanted to stay in the luxury resorts and just enjoy all the other perks, and it felt a more grown-up way to do Disney, staying at these resorts. That's why staying at the beach club has had such an impact on our other holidays. I'm cutting out the stamps here, just going around the edge. I find using larger scissors much easier than tiny scissors. And I'm then going to work on layering up the stamps, using them for journaling, but also to make the page look really, really cute. You can see the sun really came through the window at this point whilst I was filming. But adding these stamps, I've coloured in the edges, and it just adds a really nice little pop of colour to my page. I'm really pleased with how this turned out.
So what I'm wanting is to add these to bring the page together. So I like the idea of that. I've cut these out as well, which I would like to use. I'd like a little bit of the sun peeping through as well, so I'm going to cut that in half. And then actually let's have the blue. That can go there. And then we can have the sun poking through like that. So when you open it, I think that will look nice. Got to be able to stick it on so that I can open and close the page. And then I will need to just trim the edge as well so that that sits flat like that. The good thing is when you trim them, it means you can use the rest somewhere else as well, so you get like double usage out of it. There, I like that. And I'm thinking about adding this for journaling underneath. I will trim it off though. I'm going to see if this will possibly fit, just to make it slightly more narrow. Yeah, that's better. I didn't want it peeping out over the outside, so that's much better now. There we go. Oh, that needs to go in slightly more. Perfect. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Let's pop that cloud there. Or should we have it this side? Let's have a look. Right, I want my journaling on here. Or should we have it on that side? And then cut that down there. And then we can add that there. I don't know.
I also meant to say the papers I'm using here, they are from Cocoa Vanilla. It's the Daydream collection. They're really, really pretty. I was sent them by Paper Maze, so I will leave the link below if you wanted to go and take a look.
That looks so much better like that, I think. And then we'll have a little bit of sun. Do we need more sun though? That can definitely go up there. And I'm going to put, no, actually no, I'm not, because you would only have one sun on a page, but I am going to add the word thankful. And that, the word thankful really goes well with my story. Blue or pink? I think blue, nearer the blue. And then I want the word thank you. Thankful, I should say. There, perfect. I want to use the stamp here, Smile. This is from one of my own kits. I haven't used this stamp before. I think I'm just going to practice just to make sure it's stamped. Oh, that is such a perfect stamp. It's the first time I've tested that out. Let's hope it works really well on here now. I always feel really nervous. Yes, I'm happy with that. That looks really cool. I'll link up that stamp below if you wanted to go and take a look. And before I add my journaling, I wanted to do some fussy cutting from here as well. So I am going to do that. I find when I'm fussy cutting, the first thing I like to try and do is just cut around the area that I want to do. And that makes it a lot easier. I've cut this from the paper and then I cut it out because it was just too much on its own. I'm going to add some there. What I like, it kind of like finishes that bit off, but then you can also see it there. And then I've got this little bit then to add, which I quite like the thought of it coming out there. So let's trim that off a little bit and pop that so it peers over. I think that looks really pretty. And then I've got space for my journaling, which I'm going to go and do now. Right, my journaling is all done and my page is now finished. I did journal quite a bit actually, all about our feelings and how it's changed our lives. So basically we had 6 nights at the beach club. This is 2017. It was our first proper stay, our first proper Disney stay, and we had free dining as well. So as soon as we checked in, we went off exploring, and then we loved everything about staying here. Our room location was perfect, ground floor by the small pool, a 3-minute walk to Epcot. We were really close to the boardwalk as well. And we loved the little store on site. We loved eating on site, using the Disney buses. We loved the pool area. But little did we know how we would compare everywhere to this resort from now. Nothing can compare to this. It gave us the Disney bug. And in 2018, that's the year later, we became DVC members, so every Disney stay could be like this. Disney's Beach Club will always hold a special place in our hearts. This week felt like pure happiness. It could not have been more perfect. And that's my page there. Oh, sorry, got a nasty reflection. And I put, we are thankful. I've used the word smile there, the stamp. We had no idea how much this trip would end up changing our lives forever, because we have now 50 years of staying at Disney in beautiful resorts like that. So I am very, very grateful, but I'm really happy with that page. It's so pretty, and I think it tells our story really well. And by the way, you can watch those videos if you're interested. I do have that trip vlog, and that's over on my main channel, and I'll link it up below. I really hope you've enjoyed this video today. Let me know if you've stayed at the Disney Beach Club, and if you would like to stay there. Is it on your bucket list? Let me know. We highly, highly recommend it. But thank you very much for watching today, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.